All right, friends, it's T-Man. We back, bro, with another video with Jason Blaha, Strength and Fitness. He just posted this beautiful video for us to review, man. He's been watching my videos. Look, man, I know these people are watching my channel because how could you miss somebody that has a crazy thumbnail that says gym slaves or steroid slaves or lifting slaves on it, diet slaves or fitness slaves or whatever? Come on, man. You can't miss over 700 videos that says gym slave on it, bro. Come on, man. They're watching my channel, these people. They're listening to what I have to say, and then they come up with their own concepts and shit and whatever about it. I know they are, man. I was the first to do the fucking partial repetition, the partial reps. So they started coming up with videos on partial reps. Then I started talking about doing high rep ranges, remember? 30, 60, whatever, doing these high rep ranges, but don't lower the weights, but keep it at the high rep ranges, and you could lower those instead. And then what do? They come out with these videos now by high rep ranges. So it's kind of obvious what's going on out there. And look at what Blaha says. Come on. It's kind of obvious he's watching my channel. Jason Blaha is doing a body part training split. I'm doing that right now, man. You guys all know that. I'm conditioning. I'm doing splits. That's why I'm coming in every day to the gym practically. Well, then I do take off, though, a couple of days. I let my body rest and repair and kind of remodel if there is some damage there. It's not really totally my goal, but that's just part of it. It'll definitely happen.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would sit down and do another video for you guys and gals. Let me get a sip of my water first. My radio voice going on. Let's talk about this. This is something I sat down and thought about all weekend. You know, I've said in numerous videos.
You did?
That some of the best physiques and strongest men I have ever met train 3 days a week. Instead of taking clients who we've done muscle groups once a week, even doing 3 days a week. And I'm like, you know, honestly, with the sort of volume,
man, I don't know. I think he's lying.
I'm trying to do, you know, even in that 10 set per week range, I don't necessarily need to split my training up. In fact, one of the things I notice is that I train my triceps so hard right now. I'm having DOMs that last 7 days a week.
Oh my God, man. This is so... I'm sorry, I'm eating a ribeye roast. This is so... He's copying me, man. Oh, again, DOMS 7 days a week. DOMS doesn't last that long. If you get a DOMS, it's going to last 4 days at the max. Max, 4 days. And then it goes away. And then it's still going through a repairing and modeling to the end of the week. That's the difference. He's full of shit. Oh, I got DOMS 7 days out of the week. There's no 7 days of DOMS. No such thing exists.
Okay. Not necessary. And I'm also questioning, is this impeding my performance session to session? When I'm pushing some of these lifts so hard, and I'm trying to train every muscle twice a week, I am still hurting.
Well, is this going to impede your performance? Yeah, in the short term, if you're still trying to train while you're still damaged, you moron. Of course, hello. But you're not giving enough time to repair and remodel. But you'll rapidly adapt, and then you won't get any more of those adaptations, you fool. But anyways, I don't believe you're a liar. Because if you did, you'd be massive now. You'd be recomped and everything else.
By the time I get to the session, like even today, I did a chest and tricep day. But my triceps were still a little crampy by the time I got to it. I was warming up on bench and my triceps felt a little crampy. So the question becomes, should I consider...
They were a little crampy. He's making this shit up, man. Anybody knows when you get muscle damage, you know what it's associated with, man. This is bullshit.
Doing the once every 7 days. There can be some overlap because, you know, again, if I deadlift on back day,
what?
You know, have shoulders and stuff on their own day, I'll be okay. Right, there's going to be a lot of overlap on certain things. It's unavoidable. But here's the thing that I've realized. It will allow me to recover better. The research, when I used to talk about training everything twice a week, this was when we were looking at old data. This was an evidence-based approach. Okay? I want to be clear on that. That was an evidence-based approach. But the data has shifted. It really isn't fully supporting that. There are plenty of studies now showing once a week makes great gains. How many great physiques and strong...
Yeah, once a week makes great gains, but it depends what you're doing once a week. The reason why, if you're doing bro splits, the reason why you want to go high repetition, because it's an overworking of that muscle. But if you're doing a full body, right, once a week, right, and let's say you do 5 times 10, you're overworking the muscle because you're working on every muscle group. You understand me? So if you're doing a split routine and you're coming in, it's not being overworked with a 5 by 10. You understand me? So how do you overwork it? With a high repetition. Jesus, man. Does not take a genius to figure that out. You understand me? Look, if I did full body, obviously I'm still using the same muscle groups, right? So they're getting overworked, right? So regardless whether I'm doing 5 by 10, every muscle group and every exercise and every movement, I'm doing 3 levels of my chest, 5 by 10, 5 by 10, 5 by 10, flies, 5 by 10, this and that. That's a lot of work, bro. Get it? Yeah, now I'm going to do my back, then I'm going to do my shoulders, then my arms and my forearms and everything. They're all getting overworked. But if I'm doing just my back coming in on the day and I do a 5 by 10, it's not going to get overworked because I didn't do my chest, my shoulders, my arms, and everything else with it. You understand me? So what do I have to do? I have to shoot for a higher repetition in a split routine. You understand me? It's easier for me to recomp and condition my body in a split routine, high repetition, than if I were to do full body workouts. Do you understand me? Because I'm seeking for a thermogenic effect. That's why I want to work out the whole week. I'm trying to burn fat at the same time and condition myself. That's the whole point. But if I just work out once a week and eat like a pig and try to build muscle, I can't condition myself. Get it? It's not going to burn any fat. Nothing going on there during the rest of the week. Shit. So can you get an adaptation in a split routine? Yeah, if you get higher repetition, it's an overworking of that muscle to get an adaptation. Christ, man.
People do we know who train muscles once a week? Not that big of a deal.
Yeah, wow, that's me. I train once a week that's the training routine I use, okay? That's a great routine. But now it's a different routine. I'm conditioning. It's totally different. It's a bro split. So you have to strive for higher repetitions, Blaha. You understand, Blaha? You got to strive for higher repetitions because it's an overworking of that muscle to get an adaptation, to get muscle growth, to change that body, to recomp, to condition yourself. Otherwise, you're going to look like a melted candle the rest of your life, Blaha. Say it, Blaha, say it. Say it. High repetition. Say it.
Again, I've taken clients and seen amazing progress, even in fairly...
What clients? What amazing progress. You have the shittiest progress in the world. Nobody cares about your fucking channel. Nobody wants to watch you, you melted candle. You fuck, I'm 10 years older than you and I look fucking better than you do. You never could catch up to me. And in the next 10 years, you're going to look even worse. You're going to look like you're 90. You already look like you're 80. My friends are laughing at you, okay? They're not laughing with you, bro. I'm telling you. And your clients, they look nothing. They look dog shit, okay? Me, I could change your clients in just a few weeks. They'll look amazing. Not even, in a couple of days.
There's 3-day splits. So I'm like, I'm going to just do a 4-day split. So I had to think about where I'm going to split stuff up. You guys can...
Okay, so you do these splits, and then what? 4-day splits, whatever you do, 3-day, 4-day, whatever. Okay, and... the same routine. You're adapted. There's no more adaptations. Do you understand what that means? Adaptations and adapted? Means you're a factory worker lifting boxes in a factory. You're just accelerated aging. You're not getting any more adaptations. The whole purpose to go to a gym is to get adaptations in something. I don't know what that is, but whatever that something is you want to get in that gym, that's what you got to shoot for, adaptations. If you keep going there all the time, then... bro, you're wasting your time. You're accelerated aging.
See it through the vlogs. But the thing that I thought about is that, yeah, it will give certain muscles time to recover. It will give tendons time to recover. Because that's kind of...
recover, yes, that's important. I know. We got to spend 10, 20 years in the gym in hopes of we may get 10 pounds of muscle in 10 years. So let's go for the next 10 years lifting like a lifting gym slave to the gym in hopes that we may gain 10 pounds of muscle in 10 years. Huh? What? Eh?
It's a big deal. I've watched people do this for decades. We've all seen massively successful bodybuilders and strength athletes who train.
Yeah, successful drug addicts and whatever, drug people faking it. Look, man, I know you're watching my channel, Blaha, get it? You're upset because I directed Michelle, Michelle, I directed the video towards her channel on YouTube.
In this way, it's not really been a problem. The data is now saying it's not a problem.
The data says
So I've realized what
it says it's not a problem. The data says it's not a problem. Who fuck gives a shit about any data, bro? Go out there and friggin' do it. Stop wasting. Stop talking, man. Body does the talking. Listen, Blaha, I gotta explain how it works. Body does the talking. If body's not, if you may be speaking, but body does the talking. And if body's not talking, it doesn't matter how much you speak. Everybody's gonna write in your comment section, melted candle, broski.
this would let me do is actually allow everything to recover, not feel any residual fatigue and those localized fatigue session to session, and come in and hammer things.
Localized fatigue, those fatigue says, and come in and hammer things. He's going to come in, bro, and he's going to hammer things. Let's see what his comment section says. There's all these fucking people that write there. Great vid, Jason. Love all this. Garbage, it's fake. Haven't quite gone to bro split, but have made best gains in recent years, dropping and hitting everything. Yeah, you're gonna drop, and that's gonna get me an adaptation. If I drop and hit 4 or 5 times a week, 3 times per week, alternating upper and lower. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're this guy, dog shit. He's never gonna change. When I am in bulk, I have, oh, that's the best one, the bulk. Oh, training at the high edge, appropriate weekly volumes, but during cutting, I have been cutting. Cutting doesn't exist in the real world, broski. That's the drug world, okay? And the bulking, that's the drug world too. It's all fake. Eating donuts like Sam Sulik and drinking fucking chocolate milk. If he wasn't on his drugs, he'd be fat. You understand me? But he gets away with it because he's on artificial drugs. You're an idiot. You have nothing to lose by trying what I say. Well, saying what? Saying what? What are you saying? I got some muscle groups that are constantly sore, like hamstrings and calves from low volumes. It is this case 1 per week? Then how come you're not growing if they're sore? Duh. I looked my best with bro splits during week on. Yeah, you do look your best with bro splits, depending on what you're doing. It's more of a... It's a conditioning effect. I don't know. Maybe he's conditioning. He doesn't really say exactly. I got the same problem. My triceps is constant, a bit sore. I just did that. If they're sore, why aren't they growing then, dummy? Often I see people do bro splits are bigger than the high frequent guys. I don't know what you mean by that. Bigger, maybe they're doing carbohydrates and they're pumping carbs in their sarcoplasmic. Try it, pal. I think about what I say. Well, everybody part once a fortnight strength and muscle size with began decrease 29th day of inactivity. Any more is total pointless. Yeah, you lost your sarcoplasmic gains. They're fake. I like bro splits, but my legs get sore training once a week. Yeah, once a week. If you're training once a week, they're going to get sore. I am so sticking up with, they're going to get sore, but are they growing though? That's the point. They may be getting sore, but you may be getting this bullshit soreness, whatever. Are you growing, bro? And what kind of soreness is it? Is it DOMS or you just got sore after workout? You wore yourself out. My bro split can be very good for advanced lifters. I'm an advanced lifter, so I know what I'm doing with a bro split. They won't work for anybody that doesn't understand how they work. I do 3 sets with 3 different exercises for 1 muscle group, and it works very good for me. Okay, prove it. Show us how it works for you. Nothing to see? Okay. Yes, Whistle, I think I can make reasonable arguments and an absolute positivity trying to maximize hypertrophy. All these people are all losers. Bro split is very good for bodybuilding. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, all these people in his comment section look like melted candles like him. They all look like dog shit.
Okay, hit stuff hard. Because what I've noticed on some of the days when I have done sessions to where, I'm not feeling, I'm just going to almost deload my Friday lower body day. I've had times where I've done that and I come in and deadlifts feel amazing and stuff the next time, you know. Or my lifts in general, like I feel stronger, I feel better.
Holy shit, man. He's so copying, bro. He's so copying the community now. Oh, I come back and I feel stronger, better. Didn't I just say that in my last video? Fuck me, man.
And I've noticed a lot of it's probably just due to localized fatigue also in my body. And it's something...
Fatigue? What does a fatigue do? That build muscle out of magic, out of air?
I'm noticing as I get older, and I see plenty of masters lifters who train this way just fine. And I could go down to 3 days, but I really want kind of a fourth day just to make sure some of the show muscles get hit a little bit better. So yes, I am
The show muscles get hit better. Why?
going to actually have what I'm planning on doing at this point.
Yeah.
If you guys saw the vlog, I did a chest and tricep day. I'll do a back day. Probably going to have a leg day, and I'm going to have a bicep and shoulder day. Now, that might be subject to shifting around. I could end up putting this.
He was doing like one set per body part and circulating in his garage. Remember on his videos, every time he does these voiceovers, he shows you his lifting. Then you see him doing he does dumbbells for his biceps. Then he does like some deadlift thing. Then he does a bench, a squat, 1 rep. He does like some weird ass workout. It's a garbage workout. It's shit. He's adapted. It's shit. It's garbage. He's wasting his time. What he's doing is he's trying to cause a thermogenic effect circulating around, but he's not conditioning himself, and that's why he looks like a melted candle. You know, as you get older, you get what they call paper skin. Older people get this thing called paper skin, and it just rips apart. Yeah, they lose the collagen in the skin, and you look dog shit. Me, I don't want to get ripped. I want to get conditioned. If you get ripped, you lose collagen in your skin. There's no point doing that as a natural person. You will destroy yourself. You understand me? You're going to destroy yourself. Maybe on drugs you could get away with it for a while, but not for long. And your body will bounce back, go back to normal if you go off your drugs. But as you get older, that's when you're going to run into all the problems.
And one of the other 3 having a pure arm day. But I feel like because the benching and all the pressing hits my triceps so hard too, I don't know that that's wise. Because back day, I can go over to normal back work and not worry about supine grip because I'm a bunch of curls. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 types of
He's going to do a supine grip.
curls just by themselves on a separate day. So I don't need to worry about the bicep end.
Nah, you never are doing it. Your routine is crappy. It's lazy, crappy. It's thermogenic. It's not conditioning. It's the worst training I've ever seen in my entire life. When I watch you, I laugh at you, Blaha. We're not laughing with you, Blaha. We're laughing at you, Blaha. That's why people post body does the talking. And you know what your body says? Melted candle. Like these people are writing you. They're telling you the truth. They're not lying to you.
If I did anything on that day, it would just be some extra forearm work possibly. Because we're doing all that pulling. Because I'm probably going to deadlift, do pull-ups, rows, all that stuff.
Somebody even asked me if your steroids were fake. They think your steroids are fake. That's because that's how bad your training is. That's how bad you are in your training. They think the steroids you're taking is fake. The stuff that you're on right now, the steroids, bro, are they fake? It's just funny.
But the other idea here is that it lets me get a wider exercise selection. Because I could probably come in and really just squat, bench, and deadlift and do a few accessories 3 days a week and still get good gains. But if I'm really trying to maximize everything at this point, particularly as I try to get leaner, again, I'm easing back into cutting. Going to start slowly trimming down further. Because again, I don't think people should cut. I agree with a lot of experts. They don't try to cut all the way through. I did a nice little run of a cut, got leaner, kind of more or less recomped a little. I'm going to slowly start working down again. Okay, continue to get leaner. But I do want those weak body parts to come.
He's going to, He's going to continue getting leaner? You're crazy, man. You're crazy. You're crazy, bro.
And so it is really going to be kind of what people are trying to call power building, similar to what guys like O'Hearn do. And what have I said?
Oh, what we call power building. Oh, now he's comparing to Mike O'Hearn. Great, this is cool.
In the past, when this has come up, I've said with Mike O'Hearn multiple times, the fake natty thing and the...
He said with Michael Hearn? He's got contact with Michael Hearn? He said what about the fake natties?
Junk products is my only beef with Mike. All that nonsense. Mike's training, and I've said this before, his training is exquisite. Okay.
Mike's training is very bland training. His training is very it's regular training. There's nothing going on there. If you do Michael Hearn's training, none of you will progress ever in the gym if you're not taking his drugs and faking it. Yeah.
And he runs that sort of setup. He runs a 4-day split. He does heavy barbell work, then he does his pump work. He calls it power bodybuilding.
What is pump work? What is Blaha talking about? There's no such thing.
I want to call it power building. But it's more or less what I've said we can all do. I've believed in this for a long time anyways. Heavy barbell work, then pump work on 4 days a week works great. He's just doing it as a split routine. But you know what? He's still in the game. I mean, and he has a textbook example. Granted, people...
Again, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, which is artificial muscle gains, they have no domain limit. The only thing they're dependent on is glycogen loading. For every gram, 3 grams of water drawn in skin and muscle, okay? That's all it's dependent on. It's dependent on you going to a gym and lifting. That's it. And you eating this food that is high in complex carbohydrates or carbohydrates, okay? To create that phony look. Really, that's all it really is, really.
We'll say genetics, magic supplements, all that, sure. But there's something to be said for consistency. He's been able to be consistent that way. And that is a big thing that
He's consistent in taking drugs to maintain the artificial look. Yes, he is. Michael Hearn is very consistent in what he's doing with the drugs and the training and the phony training and the making and creating the phony look. Okay, he's very consistent at that, at fucking maintaining this artificial look.
Noticed over the years too, a lot of the guys who do their bro splits, they're just consistent. There's possibly a certain amount of psychological motivation with that.
Oh Christ, man, this guy and his phony lifters.
And I've looked at that and I feel like that's worth discussing, even if there's no physical advantages other than, you know, it does give some localized areas like your joints and certain tendons time to recover. I think that's kind of a big deal. Because
does it give you... Bro splits don't give you time for your tendons and ligaments to heal. It's the one time a week that gives you more time to repair and remodel. You understand me? This guy healing. What is this healing? I don't want to work out and heal, okay? You fucking heal. I want to repair and remodel bigger and stronger. I don't want to work out and fucking heal myself, okay? Recover and heal. I want to get bigger and stronger. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy.
Too much frequency, too much volume is what caused even my shoulder issues originally. But
no, that's not what caused it. It's because you eat unnatural diets, the oxalates going in there and all that. And you are overtrained. That's your problem. You're adapted. You're wearing your joints and your body out. You're adapted. You're not getting any more adaptations.
By doing it this way, I can come in, focus on muscles, and I can make sure that that muscle is thoroughly worked all the way through. So just like today, what you guys see me do.
Okay, I'll explain this. The reason why you want to get a lot of more adaptations is to preserve your body from getting these problems. Like he said, my joints and everything is worn out. My body is worn out. I'm worn out. You don't want to be worn out. You want to create a stronger body by getting more adaptations instead of being a accelerated lifting gym aging slave. Get it, bro? Yeah. Aha.
We do 3 different chest exercises and 3 different tricep exercises.
Oh, yeah.
Did we work a lot of angles? Yes. Did we do some really hard work?
Yeah. We did all these things and everything. Triceps and all these exercises. Exercise, bro. Bro, I want to exercise. I want to exercise myself to death. But I don't want to get any adaptations. Yeah, no wonder why you're worn out.
Hard sets. Yeah. Like you guys are watching me shake and strain on the last set of every bench. Right?
A lady runs down the street. She's in hopes of running down the street, using that as a means of losing weight. She loses about 5 or 10 pounds running down the street, and all of a sudden she keeps running, but the weight's never coming off again anymore. Why is that? Because your body rapidly adapted. It sees this as an abnormal process. What will it do? Well, it'll increase hormones and stuff and everything to preserve the body from losing that weight. because it needs to keep you alive. It thinks this is abnormal. Yay! Hooray! Get it? The reason why you don't build muscle is because the first bout, it repairs and remodels stronger, and it says, I'm not gonna damage no more. But if you're smart enough, you say, you know what? I'm gonna force that damage, bro, so I can get another adaptation out of you, muscle, Mr. Muscle. You understand me? The lady that can't lose weight running, you have to do something very specific, and it's better to do sprint training as opposed to long distance training. Their problem is they run down the street for like a couple of miles or some bullshit, whatever running fucking theme. It really is in short bursts of you want to do short bursts of sprints to get that, to fool that body. You understand me? So it doesn't adapt.
These were pretty much, most of my workout was zero. These were pretty much, most of my workout was 0 to 1 rep in reserve. A lot of it was about 1 rep in reserve. I hit some new angles, and that's the other thing. If I'm doing this, I can always have, these are my core exercises that I'm going to push progression on, and then I can come in and
Core exercises, okay.
work all these deeper angles with smaller movements. After anything that's lacking, I can make sure I get every muscle into those certain stretch positions and things that I need. So just like today, yeah, I did my skull crushers, but then I did behind the head extensions. Okay, we did the pullover. So we did all these things to make sure that long head got worked, made sure all the heads of the tricep are worked. We made sure the upper and lower chest is fully worked. Right, we did pullovers, which also help with the whole shoulder, with shoulder and chest mobility. It can be the same thing all the way through. I can go through and look at these different angles. And I've said for a long time, the best exercise for any muscle is to do a couple of really good exercises. This will allow me to apply that easier. Is I'll come in and be able to do, you know, probably for every muscle group in my body, it's probably going to get 3 exercises on those days. We can make sure we hit different angles. Right? We'll have plenty of room for vertical pulling, horizontal pulling, different angles of bench press inclination.
Holy mackerel, what is he talking about?
You know, different tricep heads. Lots about this stuff on biceps. You know, barbell work and dumbbell work. But I've got some different stuff people will see me do they haven't seen me do before. And there's some stuff I used to
Just listening to him is funny.
do back in the day. We're going to make some returns of, because I got great results before I got sidetracked from some of those assistance movements. I feel like now I'm in a position where I can come back and use some of those again, continue to rebuild muscle, particularly things like my legs. Got to blow my quads back up, get my squat back up. But again, I'll try to keep most of my stuff 5 reps or heavier. So my heavy work is probably going to be in the 5 and up rep range for my big movements. And then a lot of my smaller work today was all 12 plus reps. And I think that's a good principle overall to apply. Heavy work followed by pump work. But we start with a big bar.
Heavy work followed by pump work. Never heard of it. No, I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Movement, and then we finish up down to the smaller exercises all the way down to, if we need to, you know, machines, dumbbells, cables. Or in my case, I use bands because I don't have cables. Whatever we need to do to get there. And again, it'll allow me to throw some different stuff out there, different.
Bands don't do anything. Whatever we need to get there. But he's not doing whatever you need to get there. His whole training is garbage training.
Ideas, stuff I've used with clients over the years that I haven't done in my own training.
And why? It's a lot of talk again. The body speaking. He's speaking, but the body does the talking. And what is Blaha's body say? Is 0. It says a 0. I got a 0. A 0, man. I'm not making anything here. I got a 0 because I'm Blaha.
Training hasn't made it into vlogs. It will let me.
I'm the pretend coach, guys. Look at me. It's me, Blaha, the ballhead. I'm going to training, and I'm going to do the big muscles, then the small muscles, and I'm going to do the pump work after. They're going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Man, you can talk forever, bro. It's all talk and smoke and fucking bullshit, bro, because I see nothing there. Nothing.
Play a lot of these different things, which I think, will be interesting for people to see. And it's already got a ton of comments, so I think people are interested in saying, like, well, let's see what Blaha's actually going to do here. This is going to be different. Plus, people have always said,
we see what you've done. You've done nothing. You've been talking about this for years, bro. Years. You were going to get ripped, and finally you're like pretending now. Everything, just nothing has changed.
Or if you want to look, you don't ever do bro splits. You never do body part splits, and that's why you don't look like, well, okay, so I'm going to do them for a while, and then, well, let's just see what happens. But I know how to program them correctly because I do know programming and exercise science, so we're going to make it effective. But again, we come down to, can I get the most out of doing the amounts of volume I want to do, which is not crazy high volumes? Can I get the most out of it? Can I
You
take
got to do crazy high volumes, bro, if you want to see change.
10 sets a week roughly, do a few exercises to get there, train really hard, hit all the angles, and keep getting more jacked? All right.
But you're not getting jacked, bro. I would love to see you. I would love to see you really, if we could change your body by doing that, what I do. I would love to see it. If you do what I did, maybe it'll work for you. I don't know. But you're not doing that, so you're going to stay the same. And it's just the same. Melted candle. That's,
Guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative.
It's been so informative that the information says that don't do anything that Coach Blaha says. Do not follow him. Do not listen to him. Follow people that are successful in the real world, that are being successful, bro. Don't listen to people that do a lot of talking, a lot of talking, but the body's not doing the speaking. Okay, they're speaking, but the body's listen. Don't follow anybody that's speaking too much like Blaha, because the body has to do the talking. If the body's not talking, he's speaking. There's no point going through with it. I'll see you in the next one. Tell you think about the like, subscribe, comment down below. Helps with the algorithm, broski. I'll see you in the next one. Blaha at zero.